Hey guys, welcome to set 2 of the OSL semifinal between Luxury and BeSt. Game 1 looks like BeSt went and tried to cheese Luxury. It was creative, but just didn't pay off. Honestly, yeah, getting caught, I think it would have worked. I think Cholera said it exactly right. It would have worked off a 12 hatch. I'm still surprised that BeSt went for it, considering how often Zerg players have been getting cheesed on Horongdo. I mean, Spear took out Savior on Horongdo. You got to be expecting it at this point. So anyway, getting back to the game, this is going to be on a completely different map though, on Andromeda. Lots of resources. Very strong for the BeSt build in my opinion, although we haven't seen it. We've seen more the Reaver Corsair build being employed on this map. We have Luxury starting in the upper left-hand corner in white. Looks like he's going to get Overlord Scout heading directly to BeSt's base. BeSt starting in the bottom left-hand corner in teal. And it should be pretty interesting. It's going to be kind of the more heavy macro style, which I think BeSt is a little more lent to.
I think I agree with that. Going back to what we were saying about BeSt's confidence in this matchup, I did read though recently that BeSt is his weakest lineup is actually statistically against Zerg. He's barely above 50%. I think he's at 56% against Zerg overall. So perhaps he feels a little bit nervous facing Luxury. Luxury's weakest lineup, I think, is also against Protoss. He's 58% against Protoss. Of course, statistics don't say too much because a lot of these stats were accumulated when they weren't in their current state or current state of prowess. And we're seeing Luxury actually going for a early spawning pool here. I think that was probably a 10 pool or an 11 pool. There's a nice picture of BeSt, by the way. Well drawn. We are seeing once again a pretty fast pool here, and he's going to be getting that extractor. So in order to counter the fast expand build, I think what Luxury is trying to do is go for early speedlings, force BeSt to put up some cannons, and here we are seeing the forge first here from BeSt, and then just try to deny the scout from BeSt, so Luxury can do what he wants in peace and in secrecy, basically by having those speedlings hang around the front of BeSt's base. He could go for mass expansions, he will be a little bit behind, or he could go for some fast rush type, some balls out rush like Jaedong did against Lucifer, like a quick Hydralisk bust of the front door. But anyway, we are seeing BeSt go for this BeSt build, or I won't call it the BeSt build because I got some flack for it. This is the cannon first fast expansion, but we are seeing this, and alright, so both cannons up for BeSt. Certainly that's going to help Luxury a bit because he won't be so far behind in his resources. Andromeda, by the way, overall is 8-13 between Protoss and Zerg in pro games. Zerg having a little bit of an advantage, but I think with these two very strong macro players, I think it balances out pretty much. So I think it's anyone's game well before this starts.
That was a really clever maneuver there by Luxury. He just sent a single Zergling after the probe, and then was like, I'm going to bring all the rest of the Zerglings to bear, and then brought the Zerglings back just to make sure you could force those cannons initially. So now he has killed that scout. Got to get those Zerglings back down before BeSt sends out another scout. This is what I'm surprised by a lot of Protoss players. They don't immediately have another probe scout in a position to go out in the middle of the field to kind of hide to spot what their Zerg opponent's doing, and I think that ends up costing them a lot of the times. This map, obviously, I think it's Luxury was the first person to really come up with the kill to the BeSt build. Not to say that there's a perfect, it's always guaranteed, but going for the faster 4 hatchery Hydralisk to deal with the Corsairs out in the field. And it looks like BeSt bringing out, so he doesn't have a Nexus down, but he's bringing 3 probes off the line already. So this shows you just he's in the dark, he doesn't know what to expect, so he's got to bring those probes off the line. Wow. And a little bit of defense. And honestly, I feel like yeah, and he's got a 3rd cannon down. He has no idea what Luxury is doing. He's worried about the Zergling rush. Again, this is why I feel like just send one more probe out and then bring it back if you need to. And Luxury, interestingly enough, for going
the early
for a 2-hatch Hydra rush. So he's going to do a Hanbang rush here, and just going to go for that quick press that I think we saw July do against BeSt, and I think that was the one that broke BeSt's confidence. Gateway up front, but honestly, considering how delayed here BeSt is going to be in his economy, first of all getting the Nexus up quite a bit later, the nice Zergling patrol line there to deny the scout, and additionally, considering he's had these probes off the line not mining this entire time, I think this is actually going to pay out for Luxury.
I think this is going to be a short game either way, Diggity, because if Luxury fails in this, his economy is basically completely shot. He stopped making drones. He's going to be going all in Hydralisks. He's probably going to attack once Hydralisk speed is out. And we did see this with Jaedong this season in MSL, tearing apart Lucifer in his best of 3 matchup against him. I think it was a round of 16, and just a round of 8. And just, showing him how it's done, going for this 2 hatchery break. And here we're seeing Luxury going for the same build here. This is very all in, though, I have to say. He basically is not going to have the economy to deal with this, and BeSt, of course, will go down if this succeeds. I mean, basically, there's no real in-between here. Either either BeSt goes down or Luxury is basically gone from this game, because BeSt will be going for Corsair soon. He will probably go for a tech option afterwards, and with that combination, a couple of Zerglings and Hydralisks off a weak economy is not going to cut it. But like you said, BeSt has not sent out a second probe, and this is going to be absolutely critical. If that probe can spot a single Hydralisk, one spiny-tailed Hydralisk crawling around, that could ruin all of Luxury's plans. But since BeSt has not spotted it, he is not prepared for this. He's only got one Zealot out there, getting a Stargate now, but it's not going to be enough time to do much damage, if any at all. And I do expect Luxury probably to bring all of his Overlords to the front door too, because that's going to be where he has all of his Hydralisks very soon. So I'm liking Luxury's chances so far. BeSt basically has to be a psychic, or to just completely I don't know, sense this build, or do some smart scouting. But honestly, at this point, I don't think he's going to do any of it. I think Luxury is going to have the big element of surprise on this attack.
Yeah, I think BeSt, if he was really expecting this, he would have had 2 gateways down already instead of that Stargate. He's going to get that Stargate, he's going to have that Corsair coming out, but that's going to be just in time to see the Hydralisk bearing down on his base. He's not producing additional Zealots on that front door, it looks like. Only that single Zealot and those 3 cannons. I don't think it's going to be enough. He can bring it's going to take some amazing micromanagement on his hand. And a single Dragoon as well. Dragoon's not the best against those Hydralisks late game. Another Probe Scout being sent out. I think this is going to be the Probe Scout that gets to see the forces bearing down on him. Now we see the Hydralisk pulling out, another cannon going down, so he was expecting Mutalisks at this point. That Probe Scout getting killed as well, so not even going to see this coming. So he knows that the Zerglings are pushing out, but he doesn't know anything else. Getting the robotics facility down, completely in the dark. So Luxury is just going to take a little bit of micromanagement, and he's going to be able to pull this off. He is going to miss that Corsair coming along backside, so it's going to be 2 Zealots, a single Dragoon, versus 3 cannons and a lot of Hydralisks, and maybe he can pull this off. Now going down, bearing down to the front door. We'll see if he can do something, trying to get those Zealots going down extremely quickly to those Zerglings. 1 cannon down, 2 cannons down, as well as the Dragoon, and now that front door is completely breached. Probes off the line, but I think that's going to be it for BeSt. It looks like Luxury is going to take a quick game too, just doing some counter cheese into BeSt right here, and that's got to shake BeSt. Ouch! And there's that pylon down, trying to bring the probes back, but losing a lot of them. Now BeSt's space completely in breach, trying to get more cannons down on his back main, but are already in a bad position. The Hydralisk is going to be able to push up probably before those cannons are even finished. A couple Zerglings back, so they're going to be able to take care of that Nexus, and still no additional Zealots produced. All the probes coming off the line at this point to try to deal with those Hydralisks. I just don't think it's going to happen though.
Oh man, the probes getting destroyed there in the middle. I just love seeing that. I just love seeing this precision attack. It is just so absolutely ballsy by the Zerg player, but yet it is just a devastating counter to this fast expand build. And I just love it when a Zerg does it, because it's just showing, I don't care, I don't have to go economy versus economy with you. GG coming from BeSt. I'm not afraid of playing a micro game, and wow, I have to disagree with myself from game 1 now. I think BeSt is a little bit stricken up here, and Luxury's been wearing the same shirt with the French words on it every single game he's played in the OSL, and it's brought him a lot of luck. I mean, it's not his team uniform or anything. I wonder if he watches it even, or if he just keeps the I don't know, the sweat and tears on it to bring himself more luck in the future.
So we're going to move on to Game 3. Fortunately, you'll be on Troy, and I believe that is a more Protoss favorite map, but we've seen Luxury be very successful on it, so this might be a quick set. Maybe BeSt can regather himself, but he's going to have to win 3 straight against a very strong Zerg opponent here if he's going to advance in the OSL, and right now not looking good for him.
Yeah, I mean, I thought BeSt's chance was on this map, but I mean, I guess on Troy also he has a very good chance because PVZ is so strong. But on this map, I thought he'd really let his macro shine through, but Luxury just did not let that happen. He said, no, this is going to be a short game. We're going to play it old school style, and he took it pretty easily there. So that's pretty much it for me. But thanks for listening, and thanks for inviting me on this duel. By the way, Diggity, I've been enjoying it very much so far.
Absolute pleasure, caller. Thank you for coming alongside, and hope you guys enjoyed that. We're going to move on to set 3 momentarily. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Thanks for listening.